Now that sounds like a holiday.
It does.
Yes.
That's all. It's all Canada.
Stay in the garden.
For a large portion of us, it would actually be a holiday.
To Canada, guys!
Road trip.
Yeah.
It's a plan. And Maddie will put us up.
I feel like it would be more of a plane trip.
When it's a road trip, we might do it.
Oh my god,
It
just
might be a
road
very
trip to...
wet road trip. I mean, we could try driving through the
Once
ocean.
we build the bridge to Canada.
Bridge,
We
tunnel,
could try driving through the ocean.
water car. I'm not first.
Imagining Eurostar.
I mean, Top Gear could
Yeah, they've
lend us
got,
one of
like,
their boat cars. That'd be fine.
One of those still works.
I'm sure that works.
Well, one of them half worked. It was the
I mean,
sort
you
of
just got to
dinky
like
thingy.
start from what they had. We
I
are
thought we were
streaming.
Man, this is important
Anyway.
right now. We got planned it.
You heard us, fans. We're coming to Canada.
Hello, hello, and welcome
Hello.
to this
Hi.
final
Hello.
boss fight nerd
Hi.
night. My name is John, and I'm joined by some crazy people.
No, you know.
Well, maybe.
It's always a
It's
possibility.
a tad crazy. Tad.
We prefer
The eccentric Sean is here.
Yes.
Aldo.
That Ben is here again. Carboom is here. Scar's here. Maddie is here.
Howdy.
And Tanny is also arrived on time.
How dare...
What does that mean exactly? Right
Yeah, what was that big bitch?
Keep talking there.
Excuse me, you little shit. Excuse you.
And we
Don't worry, we'll hold him down. You hit him.
we are going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, I thought it was Skyrim.
Sorry to spoil the. Sorry to spoil it. It's not Skyrim.
Well, Skyrim
I
is,
mean,
basically
Skyrim is
Dungeons
very
and Dragons.
fantasy based anyway. So, I mean, we've kind.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of a
As
Khajiit
well.
thing going. We've got a bit of a Argonian sort of thing going. So we got some of the Skyrim races.
Yeah.
We got
Wood
Wood
elves.
Elves as well.
We got.
Man,
I don't know. Skyrim doesn't have gnomes, does it? Nah.
Nope.
No,
See, that's
no.
that's
It
why
does
this
have
is better.
Dragonborn.
That's why this is better because we've got gnomes.
I changed my name on Twitch, guys.
And we've got Scruffles.
Oh. What did you change your name to?
Pendragon Nomad, which I wanted to.
Hey, Pendragon
There it is.
Nomad. I wonder who that is. I don't recognize
Hey.
the name.
Good.
Platinum.
Yeah, I'll just give them a timeout. Oh, they said a bad word. I should ban them.
I got banned.
Oh, that's too bad.
Anyway, when last we saw our brave and mighty adventurers, they travelled to the lost city of Mezro on a quest to find Ranala, Ironhide Laura Karen, Theodas' wife. They had a fight with some Yuan-Ti snake folk who were trying to stop a ritual from being performed, and as they rushed into town, as they rushed into the ruins of Mezro, the effects of this ritual took place, and they saw the pulsing energy growing in the center of town, and as they burst into the town square, they found Ranala stood at the center of this ritual. As she looked up and saw Theodas appearing on the outskirts or on the edge of the town square, a portal opened and sucked Ranala in, and the rest of the party followed her. And they found themselves on the throne, in the throne room of...
I'll be right on the
in
throne.
front of the throne.
I was about to say, no wonder she was annoyed. We
In
were
front
right
of the throne of Princess Dandelion.
Prison
Dandelion,
bitchy
Dandelion.
bitch.
She stole
Ruler,
the platter. She's still
You know that she still has your wife, right?
Ruler of the Hedgegrove, an area of the Feywild. She had taken Ranala captive and had also, in the conversation, revealed Tammy had been passing through her domain and was now trapped in the magical mirror as well.
What's happening? My sweet girl. What do you do? Yeah.
Princess Dandelion set forth a number of tasks which the party could perform that she herself could not, because they were below her.
Look on my ass.
And so
Bitch.
the party
Yeah,
was dispatched to find her slippers.
You see how mighty
Riveting.
this team is. We are sent on a mission to find slippers.
Yep.
Don't you understand
whack
this
her
is
with
the
I
only
mean,
way
we
you're
can
gonna
still
get
deliver
away.
it, by throwing it to her face and then say, "Oh, sorry, I slipped."
Plus, we have
The
no idea
slippers
exactly
slipped.
what we're going up
As
against. It might be going for a pair of
as
slippers for summer.
the party made their way onto the streets of the Hedgegrove, they stopped in awe and looked up and saw 30-foot tall walls of hedge leading up to
Hedged.
a never-changing sky just on the edge of sunset.
Wow.
Boring.
And as they
Wow.
started to walk through the streets past several Feywild shops, they had a brief altercation or run-in with a trio of true elves who were shifting a large, life-sized tiger made of jade, who handed them a ruby and said, "You saw nothing, kid."
Okay,
Yeah,
you saw nothing, kid.
We've been paid off by the mafia of the Feywild.
You saw nothing, kid. God, just keep your eyes away, yeah. Can't do
And
it,
in
you
the-
know?
They were just taking their yard trimmings down
In
to
the
the lake.
intervening fortnight that has been occurring in the real life, Romad and Seraphine now have pictures. Look at how cool they look. Look, I can't control my hands in the camera. Look at how cool they look. And
fabulous.
Thorin and Philippe are being worked on at the moment. So that's cool.
Woo! I just like the fact that I've got a winky face on my little icon. So,
Hey, look at yours.
oh yeah, drinking and sexy.
And moustache.
You carry on following Princess Dandelion's directions, and you walk for a while. And
Okay.
How long's a while?
As long as a minute.
Every second is gonna be like a day or something.
it's difficult to tell the time because the sky, as I say, it doesn't change. It is constantly at that. The sun is constantly frozen in that moment just before sunset.
It is so
The
fucking boring.
the sky, the clouds don't move. The sky is fixed.
I'm crying inside.
So it's difficult to tell how long you're walking for, but you walk for a little while, and you turn. You take the turns that Princess Dandelion instructed you to take, and you walk past several shops that are selling their Feywild wares.
Can we
If
buy
you choose
anything?
to, you can stop and buy stuff.
Oh,
Is-
let me see how much I can carry because I would like.
Is
to
there
get some
anything
alcohol.
specific that you're looking
You
for?
need the alcohol for this day.
You're looking for alcohol.
I want fairy booze.
That's literally it. Fairy booze. That's why you need the fairy booze.
Well, this is the thing. I'm presuming that their alcohol is sufficient.
Oh, dear me.
I don't. One, I don't think I can afford, therefore there's no point looking for it. So
You wander, and you take several turns, and on the way to the shoe shop, Riordan, make me a perception check. Perception.
Perception.
Certainly.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, you don't. You
Nope.
you don't spot the shop I just made up.
Oh.
Don't spoil the shop. Can I try?
Are you
can I do
looking for a
perception?
specific type of shop?
Yeah.
What
I'm
what
gonna go
what
shop.
is
It's
what
basically
is
the panic
Romad
attack.
shopping for at the moment?
And also hoping to. Right, he's having
What is
moment.
Romad wanting
Yeah.
to shop for to calm himself down?
A new fairy.
No! Shut up! I'm gonna just 1
Rock.
second. BRB.
Proper rock.
I need to close my window because before I start to scream in the house.
Well, there you are. Do you have a shop for closing
no.
a window?
Okay, I am back. I actually.
What is it that Romad is looking for?
Anything that'll help him through the Fey. Don't know.
Drugs.
If you're looking to calm down, drugs or alcohol?
Weapons? Drugs?
Anything to
puppy?
anything to contact Titania, actually.
Brothel.
Fuck off, you. Shut up! Don't get started from
Well, that way you'll be able to see the heavens, you know.
Sean, just once, not twice. You kinky bastard.
Well, as I understand it, his
too.
brothel partner isn't in this game, so
No.
Oh.
But for the crossover, it's gonna be fucking horrible.
What?
Oh, God. Right.
What? Didn't know that he had a proper partner. Roman, what are you not telling me? Does he have anything on him that will actually contact Titania?
you don't. You tend to
This-
just when you try to contact her, you just
Patrons
kind of
tend to be like, don't
you
call us.
do rituals and ask for help, and sometimes she provides it, and sometimes she doesn't.
John, be my Titania for a bit.
So
Um,
you can't really do it on the move, but when you guys stop for a bit, you can try to perform a simple ritual to see if you can request her aid.
Can I try and look harder for another
We'll
place
come to
for-
that in a moment. But as
so, you know what? I'm gonna look for the booze as well because I think Roman's kind of
Okay.
like needs some drink. So I'm gonna see if I can try and help him with the booze.
nope,
Nope.
So,
you're just
I
not
think
looking
so.
for. You're distracted. You're both too distracted by where you are and what task is at hand.
I'm Roman is literally panicking. He's like, I don't want to be here
You-
right now. I got things to do in the
You
real
get about-
world.
3/4 of the way to the shop, and you turn
Okay.
down a busy thoroughfare in the Hedgegrove, and you just hear woof, woof,
A freaking dog. Guys, it's the dog.
and
Do we see?
you look to the source of this sound, and you see a little you see a little dog. You see a little brown dog with
Aw.
pointed ears,
Okay.
who's limping His front right leg.
Oh.
He's limping. Woof.
You know, she can do this. You know, you're the animal lover here.
Does it seem worried?
He
or
is
anything like that? Can we go up
approaching
and try
you.
and heal it?
Okay,
Who's at the
Can we try
front
and
of
heal
the...
I go nearer. Still a bit wary because new to this
make
this
me-
world.
An animal handling check.
And here's for the big fail of the wood elf druid. Oh, no, okay.
Better than the other two.
You reach out to
Sure.
the dog and you show that I'm not going to hurt you.
You
and
bite
the
your
dog.
hands off and you lost a hand.
The dog pulls a knife, it mugs you.
The
The dog
Barks
turns into
again.
a spider.
Hey guys, watch out! That dog's got a knife. No, I don't.
The dog barks again, and then, in a glow of blue, vanishes.
What did you do, Theodas?
Huh.
I killed the dog!
Roman is just looking at him and just like shakes his head. Don't believe.
And
what's
then in
in
another
the
glow
bag.
of blue
Don't believe
behind
what's in the bag.
Theodas. And the dog appears behind you, and in such a way that, as you're leaning forward, it pushes you over.
I like this dog.
Can I transform into a dog now?
Check if you
I
still have your
wouldn't
purse.
even recommend doing that when like that. We're trying to save your wife.
No, I'm
Theodas.
actually
No.
asking for my
No, you
forms. I don't
can't,
have a
because
dog.
this isn't a dog.
I was sure it.
Oh.
It is another fake trickstery.
Yes, it is. You freaking idiot.
Hey there. So, does it look like it
Romance-
understands us?
It looks to understand you about as much as a dog does, in which it turns and looks as you speak to it, but it doesn't seem to like nod along with the conversation. Like it understands
I agree.
who is talking to it and sort of the tone of voice at which you speak to it.
Okay, I sit
Romance-
down on the ground and beckon it over. Here, boy.
It disappears from behind Theodas and appears in your lap.
Aw.
Why is
Stroke the
always
dog. How are you
everyone
doing?
picking on me?
I stroke the dog and just shove it. It's nice and everything's nice and calm. How are you
Make me
doing?
an animal handling check.
Okay.
Bite him.
It tears your face off.
It stabs you with a knife.
And it disappears from your lap.
Oh.
Hmm.
And then it disappears again and then bites your face.
Does this like look like a very particular dog? Is there something? It didn't look like
What type of breed of this is?
Does it look like a normal dog that you would see everywhere else?
Right.
Or does it look weird?
John, whilst it was on my lap, did it look like it had a
No,
collar
it
or
didn't look
anything?
like it had a collar. This looks like a sleek brown dog. It looks a bit like a greyhound. It's got pointier ears than a normal dog, though, and a tuft of fur on its tail.
Greyhounds are so cute.
Hello, Greyhound.
I'm not trained in it at all, but can I do a nature check to try and discern? if I
You can
know
all
what it
attempt
is?
a nature check, if you so wish.
And can I do perception?
Again.
Pardon?
John? Can I do anything to see what he's limping?
That would be a medicine check.
Can I do that as well, John?
Yeah, you can try.
Tell me. Tell me.
That's what it does.
I'll tell Ben more.
I'm not trusting this dog, so I don't
trust this dog,
At the moment, I don't care about the medicine.
I actually know what this is.
Romad and Torin, you both know what this is. This is a blink dog.
It's a blink dog.
Is it dangerous?
I'm guessing no. It landed on my lap and didn't
No.
kill me. So
They are. They tend to be tend towards good.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
But apparently he hates me.
So how's it
Uh,
doing?
It's
about
its front right leg is injured. You can't quite tell
Ah,
exactly what's happened, but it looks like something's hit it or it's hit into something.
does it look like something which we could help?
Yeah, you could do some healing to it.
As it reappears.
Yeah, it reappears by Seraphim.
Can I try and get it over?
Animal handling.
17.
And it reappears next to Torin.
Okay, I kind of like scritch it behind its ears, and I cast lay on hands on it.
I like cast fireball on it.
I'll put like I don't know. I'll put like 5 points into
Okay.
it. Why not? I mean, it's probably
It
try
licks
and
your
give
hand.
it some heat.
No.
Oh.
Aww. Let's keep it.
I name him Scruffles.
Roman's just face palms like, why would you do that?
Theodas is literally laughing his ass off on that.
That's a quick question. While we're doing this, can we take a... Because I noticed a few of us need help and I need to get key points back.
You said
He
something.
would like
you
to take
cut
a
out.
short
I
rest.
think
Yeah.
he said short.
I think.
Okay.
Does anyone
Should
else
we-
agree with taking a short rest? Because I see a few...
Admittedly, I
I'm
probably could do with
fine.
it.
I'm fine at the moment.
I'm
As am
on.
I.
I'm on 25 or 49
If you want
health.
to, you can have
Yeah.
used the time walking to be a short rest.
Okay.
Yeah, I prefer that.
Oh boy, 6 whole points of health. Actually, no. I'm going to use one more. That was.
Ah,
fucking-
you two are.
However, I still got
Bad
5.
dice.
However, I still
Yeah,
got 5 from that, even though
Hopefully
a critical fail.
Hopefully you're getting the bad dice out of the way early tonight.
And then.
Oh, yeah.
and then
I'm really hoping that... Why do
Well,
I have 2
You
bars
have 1 bar
health?
of health and 1 bar of key points.
Got you.
The red bar
that
above
makes
your
sense.
character is key. The red bar above Seraphim is
Gotcha.
bardic inspiration. Nobody else
What
has
red
anything
bar?
I can bar.
I got a snail on my head.
I was wondering what that red bar meant for the longest time, and I was like, should I be concerned?
Yeah,
I was like,
dreadfully
I'll be
concerned.
fine.
No, basically it just anytime
Yes.
you inspire someone, we can tick it down.
Okay, so. Oh, sorry.
So I can inspire someone 3 times. Good to know.
3 times. What level is it? Do you have Font of Inspiration yet? Yeah, 3 times per short rest. So your inspiration now resets on a short rest,
Oh, wow.
not just a
Okay,
long
then.
rest.
Mm,
handbook. I need to quickly check
Woof.
something. Perfect.
Bork. I'm a dog bork. We should totally move.
Do you want anything else, boy? Or
Your money, that's what he wants.
what's that? Timmy's stuck down the well.
Tim's stuff down the
How
well.
does the dog feel around Philip? Since it's a big cat man.
It suddenly notices you, goes.
Actually, yeah, that sounds.
Starts chasing Philip.
And it vanishes.
Yeah. Really didn't like Philip.
Okay. Now
So-
back to our
Thanks.
quest. Can I look
Wait,
for
is it-
alcohol?
So wait,
As
just
you-
burn that pin
As
and,
you
poof.
continue on to
now that we've sorted out this dog, on to our main mission, to the cobbler.
So,
Yeah, we definitely need to go there. The more we stay here, right, the more chances that we're gonna be like.
yeah, it's
By the
just
time we get back,
it's
gone.
just John
No one's
trying to fuck us off.
As
Yes,
you
yes.
I'm saying
as
yeah.
you continue your journey to the cobbler, Ben, Riordan can keep an eye out, or Ben and Tanny, Riordan and Romad can keep their eyes out for the wineries.
Yep.
Nope.
Romad is still having a panic attack.
He is.
Aw.
He's like, why are you dealing with the dog right now? We go. Oh, it's a cute dog. We need to move. Sorry, just
And Riordan,
Mhm.
you look up and you see a wood-panelled shop with glass windows, which is sensible for windows, with a nice wooden sign with a flagon on it, with a crack down the side, and around the edge of the round wooden sign it says "The Cracked Flagon."
Sounds like my kind of place.
That sounds like a useless flagon.
I go in.
Hello.
Wow.
Hello.
He does drink his worth, this one.
Well, while you guys go into the tavern, I'm just gonna go and find those shoes. Okay. So bye.
I'm going to find those shoes as well. I don't care about.
Welcome to
As
the
am
Cracked
I.
Flagon.
Huh.
How can I help
Hi.
you?
Tell me,
Can you please kill me?
Is it Droopy that's owning this store? Because
Hello. How are you?
Tell
today?
me. What is your best brew?
We have some very fine sorceress ale.
Oh God, not
We
so.
also
Torrin knows nothing of it.
we also have some Feywild wine.
Ooh.
So it tells me this is gonna fuck him up big time.
So what is the sorcerer's ale?
It is a
then?
fine ale from far away. It has many great effects, including heavy drunkenness, but zero hangover.
I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure Kaelin did experience.
Kaelin and the rest of the party of Storm King's Thunder have experienced forms of sorceress ale.
oh, I know where this is going.
And how about your wine?
Our wine is made of the finest grapes of the Feywild.
Apparently, it's taking your soul as well.
And how much are they?
The sorceress ale I can part with a cask for 10 gold pieces. The wine, 40 gold pieces a bottle.
Right.
The
Now, a quick one. When it comes down to how much do they weigh, for the sake of it? Obviously, I've got to carry it.
Cask of ale would be about 3 kilos. The bottle of wine would
Okay.
be 1 unit of weight.
Fair enough. I've got to. How do we calculate our maximum weight
I
again?
can't remember, Sean. How do we calculate the maximum weights?
Oh God, I can't fucking remember.
It's strength.
There's something times
15
15.
times Constitution, I think.
No, it's
No,
it's
I think it's 15 times your strength score.
Strength, sorry, but
I think it's
15
our
times.
strength times 15.
What?
So it's
I think it's 15 times your strength modifier.
15 times your strength. Okay. In which case, that's fine and dandy. I would like to buy 1 cask of your ale, and I'll buy 2 bottles of your wine.
how much gold do you? Oh yeah, we're loaded.
Yeah.
We are literally so much of gold, literally, guys. We just killed
So,
a dragon.
If
That's
I'm not
90
mistaken,
gold
that's going to be
pieces.
how much? Absolutely.
Let's go.
Actually,
John's-
I'll tell you what. I'll take 2 casks of the ale.
Excuse me, just a quick question. Are you suffering from some sort of
You're practicing.
Problem right now.
No, this is how I always speak.
As Sean just mean.
But yeah. So I give you 100 gold pieces so that I can get 2 casks of the ale and 2 bottles
Thank you.
of wine.
Thank you.
And thank you, good sir.
Making
Right.
sure
Try
your
to be, sir.
carrying capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15. Just making sure.
Okay. Right, so I do that, and then shall I put them in, or do they need to go
no,
in
they
as
don't need
something
to go into
special?
something special. The casks, how much is in a cask of?
How many pints to cask?
So once again, I'll have to explain the 18 that we're still in the Feywild and we are trying to buy some alcohol.
I need it, okay? The voices are bad.
Yeah, we gotta listen to him, guys. He's not.
You can
He's not having.
brew
a
your own. You just wasted all the gold. on-
Yeah, you can
I can brew my own, but only if I get the time to make it the proper brew. In the meantime, it's not strong enough. You don't.
If we are down alone.
When it comes down to it, I can make something which will delay for the time
So
being,
the,
I
the
imagine
casks,
that this stuff is going to be
the casks
stronger
of
for me.
ale, I'm going to say, are travel casks and have 9 pints in them. And then the bottle
Lovely.
of wine is a bottle of wine and has a bottle of wine in it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Do
to
let me know when you decide to drink
Right.
those.
Yes.
The voices are at bay at the moment, so we will
You've-
carry on the journey, but I'm very happy
You've
with a
not
big
heard the
smile on my
voices
face.
since you came to the Feywild.
I know I haven't. I'm very happy for the time being. But anyway,
You carry
we carry
on.
on.
To the copper!
So join the rest, so we'll catch up with them. I can run fast and catch up.
Oh,
We've been loitering around outside the entire time.
as
Okay, I
Oh,
run
there you are.
outside. And, oh, you're there.
your friends are just outside.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, what's your name?
My name is Gallus.
It's. I was gonna say.
Thank you, Gallus.
I was gonna say, where's Jeff?
My name is Cheerful Charlie. Can you not tell?
Gallus sounds like he needs some inspiration.
I don't know. Gallus sounds like he needs something.
Can you use a
Maybe.
brothel?
Yes.
Well, it's meant to be opening up next door soon.
You never know
Anyway.
with the Feywild.
So, onwards to get the slippers.
You carry on to the cobblers, and
Whereabouts Carl wasn't this time?
oh, and don't forget
Look at
to
that
mark your
vest.
gold off
Look
your
at
character
this.
sheet as well, Riordan. Cool.
What?
I did.
Okay.
You find a commotion at the cobblers. There are several gnomes and fey creatures stood around outside, muttering to each other, and
No.
a
Just go away.
a gnome in a bright blue uniform stands out front with a very official gold badge on their breast pocket. Is keeping the crowd at bay. And
Can we
I'm
go
on
on
my
to him
way
and ask
to
what's
that
going
bar.
on?
as you approach the shop, you can see the door hangs open on its hinges, and the area of the door around the lock is missing. Shoes
Did we arrive during the Black Friday sale or something?
shoes litter the floor of the shop,
Oh God, no!
Someone stole the slippers.
and
Fuck's sake, I'm out of here. Bye.
and a
See
true
you
elf
later.
who can only be, from his description, Friendimus, sits silently weeping at the back of the shop.
Assuming this is the guy that we had
This
to go and
is
get the thing.
Friendimus the cobbler.
Friendimus.
Friendimus Tactalo.
Friendimus Prime.
Hello.
Who are you saying hello to?
What happened? I want to say hello to the guy with the gold bag.
Sorry,
said that
I
ages ago.
didn't hear.
How do?
Hello.
Damn it. Hello, what happened
Shop
here?
was broken into. Nothing to see here. Move along.
We're on.
Can we try to go in to see Friendless?
I mean, he is in there.
Friendimus.
Do you have business with him?
We
Yes,
do.
we do.
Then keep it short. The
actually.
city watch is on its way.
Very good.
We just want to get some
Thank you.
damn
We walk into the building and slowly approach. Hello, sir. Don't worry, we're not here to hurt you.
Yet.
Yeah. God damn it.
Nothing's wrong. Everything's fine.
Are you all right?
Everything's fine.
Well, that's
Oh,
good
really
to
now?
hear.
Seem
But
differ, but
we beg to
I
differ,
digress.
but if you insist, in which case we are here.
Sorry, you cut out, Ben.
I'll say, well, that's fine then. If you felt leave
You cut out at the same point, Ben.
it.
Oh, please, Discord.
Oh god. Hold on, I'll disconnect and reconnect.
Love you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
hello.
Hopefully.
Is that better?
I think
Let's
so.
have another run
For
at
now,
it.
Okay.
yes.
Right. So, I say, well, okay, if everything is fine and you're okay, we're here to collect some slippers.
I mean,
That's not a good.
I'm taking
Ah!
in from that noise that not everything is okay, so why don't you tell us what
nothing's
is
wrong.
wrong?
Everything's fine. The slippers
Why
have
did you
been
what?
finished.
Then can we have
Then we will
them?
have them,
Where
and you
are
shall
they?
return them to the mistress.
Can you make me a charisma check, Ben?
Of course.
So it tells me he doesn't even have them, they've been gone.
Considering the place looks like it's been broken into, I'm going to gather.
Ah,
Not in there.
the slippers are finished, and Princess Dandelion can have them, but they were stolen.
You just
Stolen
hear
by
like,
who?
I don't know.
Yes.
Well, tell us everything you know, and we'll try to.
They were stolen
Slippers.
last night. I don't know what to do. The princess is going to be angry.
Yeah.
She'll
she will.
punish
Yes,
me.
she will. Probably I will.
She probably will. She'll probably get us to do the
She
punishing.
probably
for
will.
her.
What
Really?
happened last
Somebody-
night? Give us any information you
Somebody
can.
burnt the lock off the door, and they stole the slippers. But they didn't steal anything else.
Just the
They
slippers?
only stole the slippers.
Well, that answers my question.
Can I do investigation to try and find something in
You
the
can indeed.
shop? That
yeah,
could
let's
be a clue.
time for a crime scene investigation.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing investigation to take a look.
Jesus, I
Why not?
no, never mind.
Romad runs around and starts picking up slippers and shoes and boots and goes, "Oh my! Ah!"
Looking under shoes. Looking under shoes
I
for.
would-
Meanwhile,
Seraphim is just going around and picking up the same ones that
meanwhile,
Romad did.
Maddie's following Romad round the shop,
No.
tidying.
Oh, shit.
I'm literally trying on the shoes because I've forgotten completely. what this
Theodas,
is.
however,
I'm like, oh,
remains
Yes.
on task.
Well, I've got my watch behind the mirror. I better
You-
get myself on the job.
You pick round the shop, and it is clear that everything else is still here. So the only thing that was stolen was the
Mhm.
princess's slippers. The door, the lock itself, and the area around the lock has been melted off with acid or something similar, which suggests that it wasn't a burglar savvy enough to pick the lock with a set of thieves' tools. It was specifically someone who went and melted it off with acid.
And knew what to go for, because he picked only the slippers.
Yes!
Friendimus,
I am.
do you have any enemies or any competition?
I mean, there are a lot of cobblers in town, but...
Any particularly that...
No, more than that, who
these-
knew about this order?
These slippers were commissioned. I'm presuming there were multiple people who could have possibly gotten them.
Well, I don't think we should be asking the question of what the enemy.
Why would I have
the
any
collar
enemies?
Had. Maybe the enemy. Well, it could easily be the Dandelion chick.
I'm
No.
not saying enemies,
Who
I'm
knew
saying
about the slippers?
competition that knew about these slippers.
I don't. I mean, the slippers are enchanted.
Friend.
So, I mean, maybe the enchanter did it.
Oh. Maybe. Where might we find the enchanter?
Him?
Tanny and anybody else. Tanny and Maddie. Make me Arcana checks.
Okay.
Okay, will do.
Nope.
Nope.
Can we all just try an Arcana anyway, just in case?
Oh my
Can the
God.
druid try and...
I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again. Screw
Philip,
this.
stop doing religion.
Okay, you.
I'm checking.
Two.
I don't care anymore. I just want to be like less insane now.
I rolled animal handling to see if I could get these two to roll better.
You just see like a really like panicked Romad, and you just see like trying panic Romad.
Maddie's Seraphine's still running around the shop trying to put the shoes back in place and try every one that she can on. Romad's still running around looking under every shoe to see if he can find the slippers. Torin reaches out to both of them and lays a calming hand on the shoulders. And you both feel a little bit better.
There.
Romad is just basically just falling.
Just
Bring it home.
deep breaths. Deep breaths.
Theodas, concentrating on your magical knowledge.
I'm amazed that it's Theodas that's actually doing all the job here, since he failed since the fucking beginning
Apparently
of
the
this campaign.
Feywild is where you should have been.
I mean,
Maybe.
it's to save your wife, so it makes sense that at this moment
There's-
he's motivated.
He's
I'm
inspired.
motivated.
You tune everything out, and you tune the magic in. You go to your mind palace.
Get to your booty
And-
palace.
The
Yeah, sure.
the enchantment on the slippers, you can sense a path.
So basically, I can smell the enchantment.
You can
You're a bloodhound.
you
No
can
way.
see the enchantment, like the way that the enchantment it's a unique enchantment, so it's kind of leaving a specific magical signature where it goes.
So I have a trail, guys. I have a trail.
Right, Romad
Okay.
runs out already. Romad runs out. Alright, fine, let's go. Go. I'm not standing here any longer.
I start to follow the trail after thanking
Ah!
the shop owner and promising him that we will bring the slippers back.
Okay, or you can deliver them directly to the princess, and then maybe she won't hail at me.
That too.
We will.
Well, at least let you know they've been
Oh,
found.
no fear. When it comes down to it,
Okay,
we will
thank you
get
very
this
much.
done.
I drop a gold coin to the guy.
You're very kind. I don't know if we accept these here, but it looks nice. Thank you.
Well, take it and
Take it in the other
collect it.
shop, so you know.
It's shiny. Use it for something.
Anyway,
Well,
let's be off.
melted down for new slippers. Okay, let's go.
Romad, pick up Theodas, and Theodas, point the way.
I follow the voice in the sky, who will probably tell me
Theodas
where I'm
turns
going.
out of the shop and he follows this trail that he can now see that he's tuned into, and he heads north, which is...
Wait, hang on a
And I
second.
guess
Theodas, you can hear the voices as well?
No, just one.
He's an asshole.
He's a
Sorry,
sublime.
Damn it.
He's a sublime gentleman who will not kill my wife. Let's go.
You head north, and as you go north, you cross several city blocks of hedge maze. It's complicated. The paths that you take are haphazard, but they sort of form into vague blocks, and the shops cover pretty much all of the lower wall, and then above them the hedge.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
Stretches on forever.
and as I say, the hedge goes up, and then you just see this sky that is unchanging.
Hmm.
And you follow the ways north, and you come to a warehouse.
Huh.
The trade
It's
stuff's here.
a warehouse roughly 100 feet by 100 feet. It's got braziers around it, some of which are still lit up.
Phrases as in like
Torches.
torches.
Yeah,
Okay.
lazy guards.
Any sort of signage or anything like that?
No. There's like
Why
a
would they have the torches if it's constantly
There's
the
a
sun is up in the
discoloured
sky?
spot above the door that suggests that a sign once sat there. Was
at some
there
point,
for a
now
while,
isn't.
but no longer is.
Are there any windows which we can see through?
There is.
Can I try and
You
take a look
can
through the window?
make me a perception check.
I did the same thing. Never mind.
Well, we don't need that.
Riordan
No.
presses up against the window and looks inside, and inside you can see a true elf dancing.
In some snazzy slippers.
I wonder what he's.
She.
Is it a female or male? Or
She.
is it none? Oh, okay.
Is
Just
it-
assume it's
Is
gender.
it clear that it's only one person, or is there places where other people
From what
could
you can
hide
see,
away?
there is only one person in there. The rest of the place appears to be mostly empty, so it would be very difficult for anybody to hide anywhere in there. It's a big empty room.
Okay.
Can Romad decide to kick the door open and say, "What the f"?
I was about to ask, are we going in
If
quietly
that
or
is
are we
your
going
course
in?
of action,
This is
then
the
you are
rules.
welcome to do that thing.
If
Shall we?
Romad goes by the door, Theodas will jump through the window.
That's how we all do it. Let's do it.
I
Let's
was
go
gonna
in.
say, shall we try sneaking in first, or then you just bash in?
Apparently, matters not now. We're going through the door.
Okay.
Don't.
There's
The door.
He knocks on the door aggressively.
Romad
Oh, okay.
strolls up to the door and just
Look.
Looking through the window, can I see that she's actually paid any attention to the ever so slightly tiny knocking?
you can see that she's looked up, she's paid attention to it, but she's not stopped dancing.
Oh. Get out of my way! I push Romad out of the way and I try and kick the door.
Can I just go over to the door and see if it's open?
Torin
Good enough.
shoulders Romad to one side and Riordan then walks up to the door, turns the handle, and it swings open.
You guys are amazing.
As soon as the door, like, the catch opens, I then proceed to kick it.
The door is ripped from Riordan's hand. Actually, make an opposing strength check.
Oh, God's sake.
Let me try something.
No.
Ben, can you make me a strength check?
Where is it?
Both Torin
Nope.
and Romad attempt to kick the door while Riordan is opening it calmly. And both of you bounce off of it once more. It's hurled firmly in Riordan's hand.
Me and like trying to just want to get the thing done. Like I just want to go, man. I just want to get out of here.
I exchange a glance with Seraphine, like, oh god, please.
I walk,
This is gonna be.
I walk in.
No. No help.
Why do you need help?
As
Just get in the
you get
window.
inside and you can now see more clearly, this elf is panting, they are sweating, their feet are cut up and bleeding.
Oh.
Oh, it's eternal dancing shoes.
Help me!
Yeah.
For the love
Isn't
of
that
God,
from
help!
Is there any music or
No,
anything like that? Is she
she's
just dancing?
just dancing. It's a perfect ballet.
Can I
Isn't
try and
this
pick her up? Can I try
This
and
is-
pick her
this is
up
a
so that
terrible
someone
thing.
else can try and take the shoes off of her?
This is a terrible thing to ask, but can Seraphine start playing her lute so she has music to dance to?
Oh,
You could
You are welcome
Make
to.
a performance.
I'm
please
not
do that
actually-
whilst we try
I'm
and
not
do that so we can yell at you. For God's sake, Seraphine, not now.
She gives you a very
Don't
sour
worry, I'm not
look if
actually.
you
I'm not
did.
that cruel.
Can I try and pick her up so that her feet are off and someone else can try and take
You
the
are
flippers off of her?
welcome to try.
Yeah. All right, me and Riordan do it. Grab the shoes.
So Riordan,
Okay, so
attempt
what do I need to
a athletics check for me.
Nope.
What artist symbol?
I picked a character at random.
What?
Uh,
They're
No,
with us.
Artis isn't.
I
Dragon
don't think
Bait
he
is.
followed.
Artis
stayed
didn't
behind.
make it through the portal,
What a hoe.
but Dragon Bait did.
Hey,
Hey,
what did I
Hello.
miss?
we have found an elf that has the slippers, and the slippers are enchanted, so he's always dancing.
Have we actually looked to see
Oh.
if they are the slippers? I'm presuming they are, but is that we haven't actually looked?
I don't
Well,
know
it was
what the
so.
silver would look like.
the feet being cut up afterwards. We can always ask after we try and help her.
Nah.
You look down and you see that these are in fact the slippers that have been described to you.
There we go.
Oh. I try and pick her up. 25.
Right, I try and
Riordan
get the shoes
attempts to
off.
do it, but she pushes herself away. The music that she can possibly hear, but the shoes definitely can, being too strong. Torin reaches in and just, in one deft move, sweeps her up into the air. She continues a perfect ballet dance.
Yeah, she's
Airborne.
kicking everywhere.
Right.
So,
Can I try to remove one of the shoes and someone else try and remove the other one?
so who did put
Let's
the
all just try
slippers
and
on?
pin her down.
I
Well,
might.
she's up in the air now, so we can potentially try and get the shoes off.
Alright, what should we do?
So
You grab
wait,
one shoe, I'll grab the other?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
So,
Alright.
what does Philip want to say?
who put the slippers on?
She did.
A true elf that possibly stole them.
A true elf you
Oh.
don't know the identity of yet. But
But he's dancing seemingly against her will.
We'll
Yes.
call her Scruffles.
At the moment,
Well, we got
um,
her left.
at the moment, it's Raiden and Romad who try to take the shoes off. I just say, well, if you can't take the shoes off, I'm cutting her feet off.
Right, so
Alright.
can we try to
you
take the
can
shoes
attempt
off?
to make her take the shoes off or force the shoes off her feet. Roll
force
a
the shoes
strength
off.
check.
Oh, please do good. 16.
No.
You
No, I
both
didn't go,
grasp. You both
Guys.
grasp a foot tightly in your hands, and you pull.
You know, this is actually quite of an awkward thing that's happening. Just picture it right now, guys. Torin is basically holding her up. We're grabbing her feet. This is not a really good scene, guys. This can go easily so wrong.
She was asking for help. What would you prefer?
Whatever you do, please help me faster.
Fair enough.
But I can deal with
I just want her to give consent, okay?
Okay, so
I just put my hand on the pommel of my scimitar when she says, "Help you."
I
faster."
would
can
like
help you
my
faster if
feet
you
at
want.
the end of this,
Shut up,
please.
Shut up,
Okay.
Theodas.
So, have either of us
No,
managed? I don't think I
neither
have.
of you.
but-
No, Philip, you did the same.
Can I try
Okay.
again?
Does anyone proficient with magic? Can they see if there's any way they can?
Wait, maybe there's a certain way to use them. I tried sleight of hand. Nah, damn it.
I'm going to try
Can we
again.
do a perception check to see if there's something, or try and take a look to see if there's some way which we can
Try
take it off?
the other way around. Oh god.
Nope.
Gotta let him have that.
I was turning in the wrong way.
It's getting worse and worse.
I have no.
is-
I have no spells for removing slippers.
I don't have anything that could really. I mean, I've got hold person, but that will just make her kind of seize up. It won't make her.
Maybe I can use my claws to cut a bit of the slippers.
Yep.
John, with my Arcana check from earlier, do I?
Sorry, you cut out in the
Enchantments.
middle there. What about the enchantment?
Sorry. Yeah, with my Arcana check, can I know how to stop the enchantment?
Now, this is interesting. Because of your earlier Arcana check, there are now 2 enchantments on the slippers. The one that you sensed earlier
So should we?
is in effect, and is a simple enchantment that stops the slippers from wearing or getting dirty, so you can see that they are still pristine. Another enchantment has been laid on top of them.
Do I need to do another Arcana to see that?
You get the feeling that it's a check. It's an enchantment that keeps the wearer dancing until they can dance no longer.
It must have been added afterwards, maybe to fuck with. For
Hold on,
instance,
then. In that
Yes,
case,
I added it.
Now we're on the inside. Oh. So why did you put the shoes on then?
Part of the enchantment made them really nice looking.
Yeah, but they're not exactly yours.
That's
are they?
why I
These are
stole
Dandelion,
them.
That chick.
Cons-
Well,
and considering
Tori's holding
these
this
are-
woman like a
Hold on.
trying to get away
Hold
from
on.
her. Can someone please hurry up with this?
Right, hold on.
can I intimidate her to threaten her? So if you do not stop the enchantment right now, we're chopping your feet off.
Even better than that, tell us.
How
How
about,
do you stop the
I
enchantment? Why put it on?
can't.
Can.
how about
We're chopping the feet off.
So,
guys,
I get my hand axe out.
one at a time.
Please.
Remember.
Okay,
right.
hand axe.
Do you know of any way to stop this enchantment?
The wearer of the shoes can be dead.
The one which you put on.
I'd really like it not to be that one.
how about we bring her to the Princess Dandelion? I mean, if we bring her with the slippers, technically we did the job.
That
He has a
won't
point,
help
guys.
me.
And she
Yeah.
can.
Okay, so tell us then, why should we help you? Why not us just finish our job? Tell us why we should
I'd
help
really
you.
like it. I would be able to stop
Not
dancing.
enough.
My feet hurt.
Oh, we get that.
That's
sort
your
of thing.
persuasion.
I think we should just end up taking her
Please, no.
off to the princess, I think.
Sounds good to me.
Unless
In all
you
in
give us the
favour,
better option, it sounds like this is our option which we are going to take. It works best for us.
Alright,
I move up to the. I move up to the true elf. No, so here's the deal. There are 2 only options for me right now. Either I take my sword and cut off your feet, or I'll bring you to Princess Dandelion and leave you to her own way of punishing you. Or there might be, if you wanted, you could tell me how you did that enchantment, and I could see if I could cancel it.
Dispel magic?
I don't think we get to spell magic.
I think I don't know if Theodas may have that by now.
I might have Dispel Magic. Dispel Magic. I
low
have
level.
Dispel Magic, yes.
That might help.
Well, let's roll with Dispel Magic then. Boop.
This is ridiculous. You've done all of this just to mess up Roy and not you, lady.
Theodas chants a few words. Can you make me a... What's your spellcasting come off as a druid, Sean? Is it wisdom? Can you make me a wisdom check, please?